Hi everyone, Pam here from RVing with Pat and Pam. This is our TV lift cabinet and fireplace that we'll be putting in our Winnebago Journey. And previously we had looked at using barnwood as for the front and the top. And then we decided, no, I didn't want to do that. So we have the white beadboard over there. And I just decided that wasn't good enough. So we're gonna go with white maple. Really pretty, has a really pretty grain to the wood. We're going to cut the pieces and glue them together and then sand them and do a clear gloss finish on it. I think it'll look really pretty. The white maple is a 1x6 and it runs approximately $5 a lineal foot or $11 a square foot. So the cabinet material cost us about $250. Not cheap, but we've already invested quite a bit in the fireplace, the TV lift cabinet, and the TV, so I wanted something really, really nice to put in it. Okay, here we have the top to the TV lift cabinet. These are the 1x6 pieces of white maple. We've tried to line up the grain as best as possible, and we're going to be gluing this together in one piece and then sanding it, and we're using the Titebond interior wood glue to glue it together. And here is a picture of the top all glued up and clamped, and we're going to let that sit overnight. Clamped and glued this last night, and we found that after sanding it a little bit that some of the joints did not come together like we'd hoped. And as much as you try and do, the best job that you can, sometimes wood just does not cooperate. So we are actually going to pull this apart, cut this apart, I should say, and we're going to re-glue it. Now this seam here, this is where the TV will, the lift cabinet will lift up. So this is going to be cut apart anyway, so we're not going to worry about that. But this seam right here, I don't feel, and my husband doesn't feel, that it's good enough. So we're going to actually cut that apart, and we're going to glue it again. Here we've used the table saw to rip the glue joint apart so that we can re-glue it. Not to mention, all this snow is interfering with my plans. So let's head on over to the motorhome. I think we have at least a foot of snow, if not more here. And it's a good thing to check on your motorhome. Whew, it's going over my boots. It's a good thing to check on your motorhome. Now, if you have your motorhome in storage, when it's safe, go check on it, because if you don't have a roof over it, then when the snow starts melting, it stays up there and you will start getting leaks. It will find its way into any crack or crevice. And I like to check on the coach because of critters. And we'll talk about that when we get inside. Okay, I'm back inside and I've checked everything out. Now we have a roof over our motorhome, so I don't worry about leaks at this time, but what I do worry about is frozen pipes and critters. Critters are trying to get inside the motorhome when it's cold like this, so I look around for droppings. And this may be a little tongue-in-cheek, but these are things that should not be left in the motorhome. I'm going to take them out. I left them in here a couple days ago when I was cleaning, but they like to come in and they like to build nests with these things. and they can cause thousands of dollars worth of damage. They can cut into your wiring, they can cut into your bedding, and the fact that even if they don't do the damage that way, the droppings are very toxic, and you want to make sure that they don't get into the coach. I've got things like the bags of rodent repellers. Now these are like an herbal mix, and I put them underneath the couch, in the back of the cupboards, anywhere out of sight. And this way, when if they try and crawl in through the slides or anything, they'll smell these, and they seem to help repel them. So, another thing we have is these electronic rodent repellers, and we have several of these. We got these on Amazon along with the herbal mix, and we have these plugged in also. We also sprinkled dryer sheets all over, and those seem to work really, really well at keeping the mice out. And I have set live traps before, but if you're not going to be checking them every couple of days, it really isn't very kind to have a live mouse trap, have something that will, hurt it and then not kill it right away. So if you're not going to be checking your mouse traps, that's something I personally wouldn't recommend. And then the last thing that I have used is mothballs, but I used way too many of them, and they had a funky smell to the coach, and it took a while for it to come out. So if you use mothballs, be very careful, and you need to use very few of them, and probably just use them underneath the coach. And the last thing that I want to show everybody is my chalkboard. Now this was a mirror that was came with the coach, and these mirrors are kind of funky, and they're not really in style anymore. And I thought, well, what a great idea to have a chalkboard. So there's a spray chalkboard paint. You can also get one that you paint on, but this was actually a spray. And I did like 3 coats of this to make the chalkboard. So that turned out really, really fun. So maybe if you have a funky mirror in your motorhome, or something you want to get rid of, hey, make it a chalkboard. So, hey, if you like our videos, hit the like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.